This is Tales and Whispers, where every story is felt, not just heard.
You've heard it a million times, right? Ladies first. Or if you're feeling fancy, les femmes d'abord in French. It's just one of those classic, polite things to say. But have you ever stopped and wondered, where did that actually come from? I know what you're probably thinking. It's some simple story about chivalry and respect, a tradition that's been around forever. But what if I told you there's another story? A legend, one that's a whole lot darker. For most of us, yeah, the meaning is super clear. It's about showing respect, a little courtesy that puts women before men, just a simple rule of etiquette. But that's not the whole story, not even close. According to one really surprising piece of folklore, this seemingly polite phrase has its roots not in honor, but in a really tragic story of love and betrayal. So this legend kicks off with two young lovers from the same village. They were completely devoted to each other, but as you've probably guessed, there was a huge obstacle standing in the way of their happiness. So this couple was all in, but the young woman's father, he flat out refused to let them get married. See, he had other plans for her. He insisted she marry her cousin. Faced with a future where they'd be forced apart, the lovers made a pretty drastic decision. In total despair, they made a pact. If they couldn't be together in life, then, they decided, they would be together in death. Their plan was to climb the highest mountain in their village and jump from the top. And they actually did it. They made their way all the way to the top of the mountain, ready to go through with their tragic promise. This was it, the moment that was supposed to seal their fate. So there they are, standing on the edge, looking down. The young woman gets ready to be the first to leap, but just as she's about to go, the young man reaches out and stops her. And his reasoning, wow, it sounds incredibly romantic. He tells her, I can't watch you die before my eyes, so I will jump first. You can jump right after me. I mean, on the surface, that sounds so noble, doesn't it? A final act of true love. And true to his word, he jumped. He just leaped from the cliff, falling to his death. But hold on, because this story is not over. In fact, this is the big turning point. What the young woman did next is the entire reason this legend exists at all. She stood there and watched him fall. And the brutal reality of what just happened, it completely stunned her. The sight was terrifying. And in that one moment, all her resolve just crumbled into fear. And so instead of following him, she turned around. She walked all the way back down the mountain, returned to her village, and did exactly what her father wanted all along. She married her cousin. And that tragic, ironic twist is supposedly how our well-known phrase was born. Not from an act of chivalry, but from this one specific moment of betrayal. So this leaves us with two totally opposite interpretations. On the one hand, you have the common belief that ladies first is a sign of respect. And on the other, this legend suggests it's a cynical lesson in mistrust, a warning. In this version of the story, the phrase ladies first became this sort of dark joke among the men in the village. It was a reminder to let the woman go first, just to see if she'll actually follow through. It's a warning not to trust so blindly, born from a lover's tragic and fatal miscalculation. So the next time you hear someone say ladies first, you can remember this legend. Is it just a simple act of politeness, a tradition of chivalry? Or does it carry the echo of a much darker tale about love, sacrifice, and the ultimate betrayal?